So here we're going to look at level 3 surface area. So we're going to look at slightly more complicated shapes than we did for level 2. And then it's going to build into compound shapes, which are shapes stuck together and removed from each other, which will be level 4. So we're going to look at, in level 3, you still have to draw the net, and you've then used the net to find the surface area. So let's have a look. Okay, so the first one is a rectangular, or a triangular prism. So just keep it simple. I would always suggest when we do these, let's not make it complicated on ourselves, keep it simple. So I always say that when we're drawing these, the first thing to look at is the piece that would be resting on the floor or on the table, which is this rectangle here, which you can clearly see is 12 by 10, right? So we're going to start with that. So we're going to do 12, 10. Okay, the measurements don't have to be exactly accurate, but just make sure the 12 looks bigger than 10. So that's that one drawn. So now, what can I draw? I can draw either of the sides, or I can draw the front triangle or the back triangle. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw this triangle because it's the front. Okay? And it's 12 and 16. So let's look at that. So that goes on here. Okay, so we already have our 12, which is this piece here. That's 12 already. So we come up 16, right? To there. And then we connect that back down, and that's going to be 20. Okay? So that's the front of it. Now we're going to draw the back, connect it onto the back. Okay, so this, and I'm going to connect it on up here. So we have our 12, it's 16 by 20 again. So again, it goes, I'll do that in blue, sorry. Up 16, down like that, so 16, 20. This will automatically be 20, just because it's a triangle, and the way triangles are, that's automatically 20. Now I'm going to draw this side here. This, the right-hand side of it. Okay? And that's a 10 by 20. So let's have a look at that. So because that's a 10 by 20, there's two places I could put it. There's two places it could go. Okay, because you see here I have a 20, I could stick it on here. That would work. Because here I have a 10, I could stick a 20 on here, and that would also work. Okay? So it's a 10 by 20. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to stick it on here. Because I'm going to put the rectangles beside each other. So that's going to go the whole way out to there like that. Okay, and that's a 20. Now it doesn't look like it, but it's supposed to be, and I'm labeling it as a 20, so you can trust me. Okay? So because it's 10 by 20, we had 20 here, and we could have done a 10 out that way. Or, what I did was I saw that because I had a 10 here, I could do a 20 this way. So now the other end, we're going to do the back end of it here, which I'll show you now. I'm going to highlight this in blue. This piece here, okay, which is 16 by 10. So because I have a 10 here, because this is a 10, well, I can do my 16 out this way. Okay, so that's what my net looks like for this particular shape. Now let's find all our areas. So let's do the rectangles first. So if you look at this rectangle here, that's 16 by 10. Alright? 16 by 10, 160. Let's do the rectangle in the middle. The rectangle in the middle is 12 by 10. So that's going to be 120. And let's do the rectangle over here, which is 20 by 10, which is 200. Okay, so don't make the mistake of thinking they're always going to be the same length. That's not necessarily the case. Now, here we're going to do the triangle. So let's do the first triangle, which is this one here. Remember that the length of a triangle, or the area of a triangle, is the base times the height divided by 2. Now we have a 90-degree symbol here, so that means we're going to multiply the 16 by the 12, because they're the numbers that are on the 90-degree symbol. So we do 16 times 12 divided by 2, which gives us a 96, and I'll put that in red. Okay, and then this triangle down here, 12, 16, right angle symbol, which is in the picture. And we get 96 as well. So we add them all up. So the surface area is equal to 96 plus 96 plus 160 plus 120 plus 200. Alright, add them all up. What do you get? Ooh, it's going to be 352, 472, 672. So 672, and don't forget your unit, centimeters squared. Okay? So here again, we have another triangular prism. So I'm going to draw this one out really quickly. Okay? So I'm going to go the base bottom piece here first. So the bottom piece, 4 times 11. So I'm going to do, this is a 4, and this is 11. If you know how to do this, just do it really quickly and skip on. So now I'm going to do the right hand side, which is 5 by 11, so I'm going to stick that on here. So we have our 11 already, so I'm going to put the 5 on, which should go something like this. Okay. Then I'm going to draw the other side, which is 3 by 11. It's going to be like that. Now the triangles that go on top, it's going to be 4 by 3. So we have our 4, so we go up 3 here. Okay, so that's 3 as well. And we do the same here. Okay, that's it. So now we find the area of each one. This is a 90-degree mark here, by the way. So the area, what we have is 3 by 11 is 33. We have, in this one, 4 by 11 is 44, 5 by 11 is 55. And then the triangles are 4 times 3 divided by 2, which is 6. And that one is 6 as well. And then you add them all up, and you get the surface area. Now I'm doing this one quickly because we've done it before. So you're going to get 33 and 44 is 77, 132 and 12, 144. Alright? Trapezoidal prism. So, start off here, this piece, the bottom, which is 8 by 6.3. So I'm going to do an 8 and a 6.3. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the sides. So I'm going to do this one here, which is 5.8 by 6.3. So I have my 6.3 already. So I'll go 5.8. Let me mark that again properly. 5.8 is going to be like that. Okay. I'm going to draw the back side of it here, which is 5 times 6.3. So that comes out to be a 5. So now I've drawn the two sides. Now I'm going to draw the front, which is this piece here. Okay, which is, now this you need to be careful with this, because we're going to go straight up 5. We're going to go across 5. And we're going to go down 5.8. Okay, so we're just labeling it correctly. Now the back is going to be the same, so it's up 5, it's across 5, and it's down 5.8. Alright, now all we're missing is the top, and the top is 5 times 6.3. Okay, so here we have our 5 already. So I'm going to put it on there. So if we have our 5, so now we need to go up 6.3. Now, areas of them all really quickly. So, it's important to note that there's right angle symbols here. So, the top one here, 5 by 6.3, is going to give us 31.5. I'm going to do all the rectangles first, by the way. So, 5 by 6.3 here is going to give you 31.5. The bottom one, 8 by 6.3, is 50.4. You can use your calculator for these, by the way. Then for the next one, we have 5.8 by 6.3, which is 36.54. And then now let's look at our two trapezoids. So remember, the area of a trapezoid is base 1, which is 8, plus base 2, which is 5, so 8 plus 5 is 13, times the height, times 5, which gives you 65, and then divide by 2, so 32.5. There, and 32.5 there. Now add them all up. I'm not going to do that for you. You add them all up with your calculator and it gives you the surface area. Alright? Next one here, very similar. I'm going to draw the net really quickly. So I always draw the piece that's on the floor first, which is the trapezoid, which is 15. This is 10. This is 10. This is 5. Okay? Now that that's drawn, I'm going to draw this piece here, which is the back of it. It's going to be like this. Okay, and that's 15 by 6. So 6, 15. Erase that, get it back proper. 6, 15, 5, 10, 10. Now, I'm going to draw the top trapezoid. Okay, which is 15. Yes, we have our 15 here. So we're going to go 10, 10, and 5. Okay. Don't worry about what it looks like. I'm just doing it quickly to give you an idea. So now I'm going to draw this face here, which is 5 times 6. Okay. So 5 times 6, and it's on top of the trapezoid, so we have our 5. I'm going to come down here, 6. Okay, next one, I'm going to draw the two sides, and the two sides are these ones here, which are 6 by 10. Okay, so we have our 6, go across 10, and go across 10. Okay, there's what they look like. Now, you can find the area of all those pieces and add them up. Remember, the trapezoid is base 1, plus base 2 times the height. Now look, the height is marked in with as being a 7 there. And then you divide it by 2. Okay, and then add them all up. Okay, cylinder, this is a tricky one. So the net for cylinder is easy. It's just a circle, a rectangular piece, and another circle. And we're told that the radius is 5 for each cylinder, and we're told that the height is 10. Okay? So, for the circles, okay, they're both the same size. So it's 3.14 times 5 times 5. Alright? And then, that's one circle, we multiply that by 2 because we have 2 of them. So 3.14 times 5, which equals this, times 257 centimeters squared. So that's the two circles. Now, the tricky part is the rectangle. Okay, so rectangle, remember the area of a rectangle is length by height. Okay, so we know that the height is 10. Okay, but we don't know what the length is. So to work out the length, here's the thing. This is the tricky part. This rectangle, this piece here, goes around the circle once. Okay? We need to be able to wrap it around the circle. When we wrap that around, it's going to start here, and we're going to wrap it around, and it's going to stop exactly there. So this length here, which I'm going around in red, is the circumference of the circle. So we have to write down that L is equal to the circumference of the circle, which equals 3.14 times the diameter. And we studied before, radius is 5, which means diameter is 10. Okay, so it's 31.4 centimeters. That's the length of the rectangle. So now area, the area of the rectangle is length times width, which equals 10. or length times height I should say, because I had it written as height, but just ignore that, which is 10, which is the height, times 31.4, which equals 314 centimeters squared, is the area of the rectangular piece. And now you add that to the area of the circles. So the total surface area is 157 plus 314, which equals 471 centimeters squared. Okay? Next one. This is similar, so I'm not going to do this. This is for you to practice, okay? But it's the same process. Draw the net. You're going to find the area of each circle, and then you're going to find, remember that the area of rectangle, I'll write this down for you, this should go on your notes, because remember you can use your notes in the test, is the circumference of the circle times the height. And the height in this case is 12. Even though it's lying down, we consider the height to be 12. Next one. Okay, this is actually an easy one. So you're going to draw the net and find the surface area of the square base pyramid. So we start off, we're going to draw the piece that's on the ground, which I'm going to highlight in red, okay? So it's a rectangle, or sorry, it's a square 16 by 16. Now look at the front here. The triangle, which is 17 high. Look, this is the height of it. So it just goes up like that, and we say that is 17. And we have the same off each side. All those triangles are the same. So, area of square is 16 times 16, which is 256. Triangle, remember it's base, which is 16, times height, which is 17, divided by 2, but then that's one of the triangles, but there's 4 of them, so you're going to multiply that by 4. And that's going to work out to be 544. Okay, now you add them together for the total surface area. Total surface area 256 plus 544, which equals 800 centimeters squared. One more here for you to practice yourselves, which is the same thing. Okay, and in this case you can see that the height of the triangle is 39. So you're going to get the area of the base, which is 30 by 30. You're going to get the area of one triangle, which is 30 times 39 divided by 2. And then you multiply it by 4 because there's 4 of them. And then you add all of them up. Okay?